Hello, I should say konnichiwa. All right. Depending on the time, it could be ohayo gozaimasu or konbanwa. Well, we'll go with konnichiwa. It's Brother Peterson here, and it is week 3. Week 3. That's awesome. Do you know why it's awesome? It's because you have put behind you the marijuana debate. All right. We don't have to think about that anymore. But I think you guys did a pretty good job, and I think that you learned a few things. And one of the things that's important to realize in these debates is that as you review the issues, and you're going to be tested here in a couple of weeks, as you review the issues, it's important to understand the way that other people may think. And why is that important? Because I think as Latter-day Saints, and as those that may be involved with some of these ethical issues in your career, you need to understand that people do think differently. However, I do think that it's very important, particularly in the medical profession, that we have a cadre of medical professionals that are out there who do have a foundation in the gospel and can use those principles to help guide in some of these ethical decisions. Okay? All right. So, question, why this? Answer, going to Japan. Yes, right. I'm going to Japan, and I'll be there for 2 weeks. In fact, when you see this, I may be getting on a plane. All right. And I'm going to go pick up my daughter, and pretty excited about that. She's been there in the Sapporo mission for a year and a half, and it's time to bring her back. And so we're going to go and view the frosty north of Japan in January. Awesome time to go. But those of you that are in Rexburg, you know what I'm talking about. All right. Okay, so this week, week 3, pretty good chapter in your book. But the main thing that I want you to get out of this week is how to think like a lawyer. So how are you going to think like a lawyer? Or are you going to rock the Iraq? What does that mean? Rock the Iraq. We're not talking about this Iraq. Picked this baby up when I was in Iraq. No, we're not going to talk about that Iraq. We're going to talk about a different Iraq. We're going to talk about an Iraq that helps you learn how to think like a lawyer. Okay? So we're going to start with I. Okay? I. That is the issue. So you're going to have some cases that are going to be given to you and assigned to you based on your last name in the alphabet. And so look at the instructions, look at my announcements, and then you're going to read the case. And when you read the case, I want you to look for the issue the court is looking at. Okay? What is the issue the court is looking at? Sometimes they have 1, sometimes they have 2, 3, but there's going to be an issue that the court is looking at. All right? Then they're going to apply some rules. Rules. Okay? So R for rules. All right? So what are those rules, those laws they're going to apply? Okay? And then you get down to the fun of analyzing. What was the analysis the court used in applying the rule to address the issue? Okay? Now, obviously, you may have to dive into the facts because sometimes they're fact specific with regards to how they analyze the case. But it's important that you understand this being the probably most important part of briefing a case and learning how to think like a lawyer. In fact, many times in law exams, this and the rule is what the law professor was looking at, is how you're going to now analyze it, and then you're going to come to some conclusions. See, so Iraq. Conclusions. Okay? Now, it may be a little bit shaky at first. Understand that. But you will get plenty of opportunities to do this throughout the semester. And I think that as you do this, you're going to learn that this is an effective way to even look at a lot of different things you have that you're going to be studying. Okay? The other thing that's going to be important that you do this week is you're really going to need to start signing up for your group debates. These debates They're going to start on week 6, and you need to sign up for them as soon as possible. The instructions are there in my post. You go to more tools, to groups, and then you can look for available groups, and then select the debate group you want to be in. You can somebody maybe that you want to be in the same debate group, or maybe you've thought you may have clicked with or whatever, or you just sign up and it doesn't matter. Okay. Point is, make sure you sign up. This week, the groups are already made for you. You just go in, you just post, and bam, wham, you're going to be in a group, and then you're going to be able to discuss. You're not going to debate necessarily, but you're just going to discuss some of the good points that people brought on their own Iraq. So first post is due on Wednesday. Last post is due on Saturday. Tip. Hopefully you've listened to this whole tape. Probably not. You probably turned it off halfway through. But tip 1. Things are always going to be due on Wednesday and Saturday. Tip 2, all right, is that usually some of the things that are due on Wednesday have a follow-on that's due on Saturday. For instance, the debates, any of these discussion boards, first post Wednesday, second post on Saturday. So you need to make sure you're doing a second post. Otherwise, you only get half the points, and that really stinks. And you probably found out with the marijuana debate, didn't want to tip my hand, but the debates are important because they could be worth up to 40 points sometimes. And that is like your first post. Well, first of all, working with somebody on your side, the post itself, and then responding to the post, and then, oh, by the way, your post-debate assessment, which includes, did you work with somebody? So, and how much time you put on it. So yeah, these debates can rack up. Okay, quizzes are going to be tough. Make sure you review the material. You'll be fine. You get one shot at it though. So make sure you know the chapters fairly well and use those study helps. Okay, they'll help you. You guys are awesome. Learning is awesome. Just last thing I want to say is that I'm so excited about the opportunity to be able to teach you guys, because BYU Idaho is awesome. It's a great experience, particularly for those of you that are on campus. You know what I'm talking about. I think it's a wonderful place. It's a place that teaches, and not only teaches effectively, but teaches with the Spirit. And that's probably the most important thing you can learn in life, is to try to listen to and follow the Holy Ghost. All right? For those of you who are not on campus at BYU Idaho, hopefully this is a wonderful experience for you as well, and that you will see that this particular course and all the other courses you may be taking are going to be enhanced as you do those little things that will bring the Spirit into your life. Love you. You're doing awesome. Keep up the good work. Talk to you later. Bye.